What a play, play after play after play.
And there's the ball.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
He is taking over.
That's just filthy. The greatest conference in the country is showing out tonight, gentlemen.
He's going upstairs with it, and that's going in. Your WCAC champions.
I cannot believe it. That is the greatest high school football game.
Thank you so much for being with us on another amazing night in the WCAC live from St. John's College High School on Military Road, home of the Cadets. It's one heck of a night in the WCAC when St. John's and Gonzaga get together, one of the oldest high school sports rivalries in the nation. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, welcome. I'm Ken Marangolo, joined by Kevin Ricca.
Can't wait for this night to happen. It is the oldest Catholic high school rivalry in the nation. We've decided that amongst ourselves, and we're going with that, Ken.
He is Tim Strachan.
And even though I'm a DeMatha guy, I've actually been a part of this rivalry since I was a kid. My brothers went to school here, have so many friends that have gone to each school. This is such one of the best rivalries, not only in the area, but in the entire country.
It's a family reunion. Whether they're wearing purple, whether they're wearing scarlet and gray, everyone knows everybody here. This is local. We've been in this gym when it's been crowded before in big games, but when St. John's and Gonzaga meet, especially this close, everyone's familiar. It's like I call it, you cop to being from DeMatha. I'm a McNamara guy. This is Thanksgiving dinner. This is Christmas dinner. This is a family argument, and it is heated, and it is going to be contested all the way to the end. But as we say in the WCAC, after all is said and done, we are family. And but for the next 4 quarters, it might be a little chippy, Kevin.
Well, there's no doubt about it. And this year, in the 2022-23 season, there's no better talent, no better coaches, no better gymnasium. We're in the basketball capital of the universe. How lucky are we to sit here courtside? Because I know this place has been sold out since they scheduled the game. There is standing room only. If you're listening to us at home, we appreciate you. We love you for doing it. Here comes exactly why we love this sport.
St. John's, Gonzaga, 2 nationally recognized programs coached by 2 nationally recognized coaches. Talk about Steve Turner on the Gonzaga side. We've covered him for years. He is a friend of the basement, friend of the show, friend of the WCAC. Tonight he's wearing purple in a St. John's gym, and no one knows what comes with that better than Steve Turner on the other side. Pat Behan strong. We're going to have a lot to say about what's going on in this season, as we have all season long with our friend Pat Behan. We will continue to support his cause. We will continue to give you an opportunity to participate in it. And we're going to get to the announcers here to get us started on this game. We got Brad Ripito and Kurt over on the stage. But guys, we'll get the sportsmanship creed, and then we're going to come back. And with that, we are set to get started here. We'll give you some starting lineups here on St. John's side. We expect to see Daquan Davis, Malik Mack, the senior, Raymond Watts, Timothy Barton, and one of the highest regarded recruits on the East Coast, Donnie Freeman, the junior, Kevin.
In the nation, number 26 ranked
right.
junior in the nation. That guy is a household name nationwide, Ken, and you're going to see why here in about, I don't know, a couple minutes, but there's a lot of dudes that have some national recognition. Go right ahead, sir.
We already saw it a little bit earlier this year. Donnie Freeman is everything that is advertised and more.
Donnie Freeman is absolutely all of it. Some say this is the most dynamic backcourt in the area, maybe even in the country, but I know that Nick Lewis and Derek Dixon might have a few words about that tonight, T. The young sophomore backcourt for the Gonzaga Eagles is no joke whatsoever.
No, and this rivalry, you talked about the rivalry earlier. We can put out stats. We can put out where all these guys are going to school, where they're going afterwards. Tonight, it's about them on the court. They've known each other since they were kids. They've been playing against or with each other, and now they get to go up head-to-head in an environment like this. We can throw all that kind of stuff out the window. It's always going to be a great game between these two.
On the Gonzaga side, we got Ryan Sable, the senior, Derek Dixon, Thomas Batiste, D.D. Holmes. I believe we saw him come out with the starters. We'll get a confirmation on that. And, of course, number 5, the sophomore, Nick Lewis. We watched him from his very first infancy days in the WCAC. And you know what? I don't think I've ever seen a day when he looked like he was an infant in this league. He got on this scene, and Coach Steve Turner trusted him right away.
Yes, he did not look brand new. He went up against Roselle Catholic, the preseason #1 team in the country, and their last win for Gonzaga. Young man had 21, 8, 5 steals, and 4 assists. You think he might have affected that game right there a little bit? He's going to do the same thing tonight right here at Gallagher Gymnasium.
Tuomo on the floor, number 24. I'm sure we're going to look at Didi here at some point. And we're underway. Gonzaga controls the tip, and the ball finds Nick Lewis right away. Batiste gets to Nick in the corner, bringing it up top to Derek Dixon. And there's Sable swinging it around back to Nick. NYK with under 10 to shoot.
That's the matchup to keep an eye on.
Daquan Davis back the other way, and they're going to get him for a carry. That's a quick call by the ref.
And Daquan Davis and Nick Lewis going at it. They're the starting backcourt for the team takeover 16 under. Shout out to Blair Mills. Always great to see you in the gym, my friend. These guys have gone at it on the same side, and tonight it's a whole different ball game.
That's not fair. You can't take the best of two different ones and put them together? What?
Every night in the WCAC is familiarity. Everyone knows everyone, not just in the stands, but on the floor. These guys play against each other. Tuomo denied underneath.
And Donnie Freeman, who is just like Thomas Batiste, St. John's Cadets rim protector, protects the rim. He's 1 for 1.
Oh yeah, he's not just an offensive guy. Freeman controls the floor on the defensive end and does protect that rim, Kev.
We're going to talk about number 2 all night long, the senior point guard for St. John's, battling through some injuries to be on the floor tonight for his teammates on the biggest night of the year on the home floor for the Cadets.
Yeah, a game-time decision. You know he's not at 100%, but neither's anyone else in this conference at this time of year, and all that's thrown out the window when you're playing in the league and started for 4 years like Malik Mack.
Freeman and Batiste up top, battling inside. Ball's going to stay St. John's. Fresh shot clock, I believe. They'll call it 20 on the shot clock.
Timothy Barton giving that extra effort. The senior commit to Mercyhurst. Getting involved in the action.
Inside with the jam by Donnie Freeman.
Just like Coach Behan had it drawn up. Donnie Freeman throws it down.
That was a CYO inbound play. A lot of action away from the ball to free up the big man. Sable. Derek Dixon for 3. No good. Rebound. it was knocked out of Donnie Freeman's hands. Ball will be Cadets.
It'll be interesting to see how dominant Freeman can be, Kevin, because when I've seen him play before, he's had comparable size on the other side. Tonight, he's the biggest guy on the floor and the most explosive. I haven't seen him have this kind of size advantage in a while.
Well, I agree with you, but Thomas Baptiste is no joke. Another 4-year guy in this league. He's going to compete. He is going to be a dude that's going to be another excellent matchup.
Freeman for 3. Good.
There you go.
Donnie Freeman 5, Gonzaga nothing.
Baptiste helps down low. You can't help away from Donnie Freeman, not with that stroke.
Sable. Nick Lewis. Sable for 3. In and out. Rebound, Davis. And underneath, the senior, Timothy Barton. And this is the start that the Cadets needed in their home gym against a hot Gonzaga team.
Great look up the court by Daquan Davis. Great vision.
Derek Dixon, the sophomore, inside the lane, draws the contact. He'll go to the line. Unless they call this on the floor, no, I believe he'll shoot here.
Excellent defense right now by St. John's. I'm being able to shut out this Gonzaga team already this far into the game. Just excellent defense, great contended shots. Nothing's getting easy for Gonzaga right now on the offensive end.
Guys, check out this sophomore, Derek Dixon. Check out this stroke from the line. He has got no wasted motion. It is a beautiful-looking jump shot. It's such a sharp release. Kansas State, ECU, Bryant, Fordham, Pitt, and George Mason all on this young man, and there's going to be plenty more of those coming from those offers.
The old broadcaster's jinx there, Kevin.
Well, the first one was a swish.
Malik up top for Donnie Freeman, and he gets underneath, and he steps out of bounds. They'll get him on the line there.
Amazing how big he is, but he's able to play inside and out. He's able to take it off the dribble. He's not just a spot-up shooter outside on the 3, but he can take it on the dribble as well.
No. Iowa, Texas, LSU, Maryland, and Alabama he took a visit to about 10 days ago with the top 5 left.
3 for Batiste. No good. Rebound underneath. Tuomo being a big body down low.
And you guys see Gonzaga's biggest player, Thomas Baptiste, the Harvard commit, not afraid of that jump shot, not afraid of the mid-range game, and he does work in the low post. In his 4 years under Steve Turner, he has become a 3-level guy and an excellent rim defender for the Eagles as well.
Wait, is he going to have a teammate on this floor?
I'm going to tell you, there's similarities between these two teams are crazy. One of them is this. Each team's foundational program player, 4-year guy, senior, leader, captain, they committed back-to-back days in December to Harvard for Tommy Amaker. What a great place to go and what a great guy to play for. They did it back-to-back days. They're great friends from their team takeover experience. Keep an eye on these guys moving forward, but congratulations to you both.
I mean, the Ivy League is locked up at this point in time. Davis outside, 3-pointer.
Now that's a guy that's hard to lock up right there, Ken. We've seen that from this exact angle.
He's getting catch and shoots. I mean, watch him on the run. The fact that he's stopping and popping, that's a good sign for St. John. Sable for 3, and he can't get it to fall. Davis with the rebound.
Keep an eye on Ryan Sable. This is another guy that's got quite a jump shot.
Nice move.
I'll tell you what, Tuomo from behind, I like the move by Tuomo, but a referee, when you play an offensive player from behind, you're just going to get that call.
He was definitely going to try to dunk that.
Yeah.
If he had laid it up, maybe a 3-point play, but I love the aggression. That would have just made this student section go absolutely crazy.
Daquan Davis has athleticism that's going to make a student section a little bit excited.
The thought of trying that. I mean, you got to, We're
going to talk about it all night long, but everything you see, players with the ball, God-given talent all over the floor. But what these two coaches can do and put these pieces in play and watch these guys moving off the ball, it's something to behold. Steve Turner and Pat Behan, 2 of the best in the league, at it all night long. It's a treat to watch it. And this guy, number 5, with the ball in his hands, has yet to assert himself. And there's only one thing I can say, is it's coming.
Matter of time.
Dixon to the foul line. Great looking position there by the senior, Ryan Sable. Doing a little dirty work on the glass and being rewarded as Malik Mack. No good. Lewis with the rebound. And they're going to get Davis for a touch foul there on the floor. 11-4 run here in the beginning of the game, T.
Yeah, I mean, Gonzaga just hasn't been able to get anything going offensively. They're scrapping and getting everything. St. John's making it really hard on them. Nick Lewis hasn't been able to get loose, like you said. Baptiste hasn't been able to, clean up the glass like he has in the past. But it's a long game, still a lot of basketball to play.
In this rivalry, everyone knows St. John's at the home court was coming out swinging.
Yeah,
you got to hang on. You got to hang on, pull down, play some defense, lock up a little bit, and hope that it's not too big of a run. And you all know when this guy's on the court, there's going to be an answer. What a play defensively.
Raymond Watts with the swats. Devin Totally in the game, the freshman underneath. Look! Finding Zion Chase, the freshman. Donnie Freeman playing both scorer and distributor.
Unselfish with tremendous vision. Great pass by the junior.
You just see the difference. Open shots for St. John's, close to the basket. Nice move.
Baptiste.
This guy's the real deal.
He is.
He really is.
He takes up space and he does a lot with it.
He plays so hard, man. You got to be a fan of his if you love this conference and you love hoop. What a pass by Freeman.
One more time. The connection from Freeman to Chase.
Zion Chase coming in and contributing right away. Flashing to the basket. Great cut. Great find by Freeman for the second assist.
And it's selfless play, right? I mean, he's so good at sharing the ball. Doesn't have to be the guy that always takes the shot.
This is a veteran coach team. They've got some youth in the backcourt, but not with Thomas Baptiste on the floor. You're going to see him with the ball in his hands, possession after possession after those last two finishes.
3. Strong Lewis with the rebound. Sable bringing it up. Driving on Mack, gets to the baseline, and he gets stuck. It's going to go turnover back for the Cadets. Under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Gonna let him play a little bit. Gonna let it get a little rough in there.
You didn't hear any complaining out of the senior Raymond Watts. He got up. He took the blame himself and said, my fault. I know where he might be going. Radford has an offer, as the stands chant, and UDC as well. So he's got the ability to go play some ball in college for free tuition, and that sounds about right. Yeah, they're running offense through Baptiste here. And that's 3 possessions in a row that they've got in the bucket.
Blocked by Freeman, but the putback. I believe that's our first chance to call out D.D. Holmes. He's kind of a monster.
What a dude. And what a couple weeks that young man has had.
Donnie Freeman in traffic. Free throw line.
That's a professional move.
Yeah, floating through the air, backwards.
I do believe he will play professionally someday with moves like that. Back to the basket from the elbow, just rise and extend at 6'9", effortlessly. Tough guard.
Nick Lewis on the drive. Floater off the glass. Pretty.
He's special.
Wagner.
So smooth.
Yeah. And you know what? It's so exciting. He's a sophomore. We get 2.5 more years of this. What a treat.
Yeah, he's so tough, man. He plays very physical, along with the quickness, stat sheet filler.
Mack in the lane. Left to right. Good.
The only returning first-team All-WCAC guy in this game. Malik Mack's been around the block once or twice out here, showing the bravery and leadership it takes to play it. I don't know, not exactly 100.
Shot clock off, 4 to go. Lewis driving. No good. That will not be good if it goes. After 1 quarter of play, which seemed to fly by.
It really did.
7-point lead for the Cadets, 19-12. Things that stand out in my mind right away, quick reaction, Donnie Freeman getting it done, like I said before, not just as a scorer and a distributor, but we saw him deflect a few shots, even though Gonzaga got the rebound in there, but Donnie Freeman asserting himself in the first quarter.
A major factor on the court. Not only can we see it from right here, but we can feel the way he's passed the ball, distributing it to the young freshman, Zion, getting 2 buckets in right away there. Donnie Freeman has been the dude, and Gonzaga, conversely, running offense through Thomas Baptiste, the veteran, on the road at St. John's. That's a guy you depend on in this scenario if you're Coach Turner, right, T?
Yeah, because Donnie Freeman's able to get loose and start getting his thing, then he draws a lot of the attention. Then he makes the unselfish pass, the extra pass, gets really close shot for everybody else, gets everybody else moving. And they have a little bit more fluidity in their offense right now. And then going through Baptiste, as you said, kind of chipping away. They've kept it close now. They probably got those starting game jitters out of the way, and they're starting to gel a little bit more offensively on their end.
Yeah, when you have a coach like Steve Turner, they against Roselle Catholic in a game this year, like we talked about earlier, they had 22 assists on 26 field goals, wow. T. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing to witness. That's something that, I wish I was there that night. That's basketball in its purest form. This is a well-coached, well-oiled machine offensively, but on the road in the WCAC is no joke, especially on a night like this.
We'll get a reset here.
And let me just say this while we're sitting here about Daniel D.D. Holmes. He's got some huge offers, including the Terps, for you Terps fans at home, Penn State, Miami, USC, Michigan, and FSU. But in the last 2 weeks, this young man, 6'6", 250-pound, 4-star off the edge for the Eagles, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Cincinnati, West Virginia, Georgia, Auburn, and Tennessee have all offered within the last 10 to 14 days. He's kind of a big deal.
We're back and underway here, quarter number 2, and this gym is on fire. Freeman again.
And Freeman gets the hockey assist.
The hockey assist is Daquan Davis. Nick Lewis. Driving. Oh, he draws
Strong
the contact. Move. He'll go to the line.
But again, 2 St. John's defenders, challenging him on that play. Look how hard he has to work just to get that close. And then you got 2 guys that are challenging your shot. You just don't have that kind of effort defensively for the Gonzaga.
And Nick Lewis is a guy that plays off 2 feet. He's physical.
Yes. Sorry, we're having a little technical difficulties.
Nick Lewis at the line.
I'll just stand on the chair. It'll be fine.
Watts to Davis.
Wow.
That's just pretty.
It's so fun to run a 2-man game with those 2 guys right here for Coach Pat Behan in a scenario in the second quarter offensively. That's how you get guys moving.
Baseline, good. D.D. Holmes.
Feathery touch.
And that's taking what the defense gives you. Good movement, quick movement, good open shot.
With the handles by Daquan. Donnie up top, deep 3. No good.
Great box out.
Derek Dixon with the rebound. 8-point game. 6.5 to go in the half. Dixon, drive. That's pretty. Not a lot you can do about that.
No, when the sophomore 6'4" guard who's a dead eye develops a floater, it's going to cause some issues for other teams in the area.
I believe that's a 6-0 run by Gonzaga here.
I think there was a piece of it, and then they called the foul on Nick Lewis. He caught a piece, but I think he got him with the body.
You got to let the man land. You can't be underneath of him. Yeah, he got into his space.
Yeah.
Big night for Daquan the junior. You know, we know already that Malik is battling through this game. It looks like Pat Behan's giving Malik Mack a couple of words of wisdom before he checks into this game. But, you know, we've seen the way Davis can take over a game. He's that kind of player. St. John's needs a big one from him tonight.
He's a top 10 point guard in the United States of America.
Yeah.
He's the number 80 reg player in the nation, and he's an elite defender. So, yeah, he's circled on your game plan.
Yeah, you're going to need a big one from him tonight. Nine-point game, under 6 to go in the half. D.D. Holmes working on Barton. Gets to the baseline. Dips in and under, but they're going to get him for the charge. Gonzaga.
No, it's an N1.
Oh, you're right.
Stumbling Euro step and one.
Wait.
I thought for a second they were calling the charge. I saw St. John's cheering, but I think you're right. I think it is. They are going to give him an N1.
It was a strong move by the young man. He's shown you how he gets to the hoop. He just showed a little mid-range from the baseline. He will step behind the arc and knock one down, no problem. Just because he's nasty on the gridiron doesn't mean he doesn't have that touch on the hardwood.
And he gets the roll. D.D. for 3. Ryan Sable. He's that guy in the pickup game that picks you up full court, and you love him for it. Malik Mack back in.
Yeah, tough to pressure a senior guard like Malik Mack. We saw him against IMG with full court pressure, where some of the best athletes in the country have one turnover on a night. He even played 95% of the minutes.
There goes Steve Turner.
Freeman.
Chest.
Freeman hangs in the air. Can't get it to fall. Nice rebound there by Jack Caden, the senior.
Steve Turner going with a little bit of a trap. Pick up the pace, try to, control the game themselves.
And that non-call just brought Coach Pat Behan off the bench and from baseline to midcourt. Great feed. How about D.D. Holmes coming into this game and changing the dynamic of what was happening here at Gallagher Gymnasium?
Wow.
What a
Nice look by Malik Mack as Timothy Barton with the open 2 underneath.
I don't know how D.D. didn't get that ball away from Malik Mack, meaning I don't know how Mack was able to keep control of it. And then a no-look pass underneath. Look at this. Look at that. He almost had it.
Oh, that's God-given right there.
It's just fun.
And that timeout seemed like it was coming no matter what after that last offensive possession by Gonzaga. But I think the timeout might go a little bit better after that offensive set by the Cadets as we get a good look at the strengths of both of these teams. They got size, they got speed, they got athleticism, they got discipline. We watched these guys, Pat Behan and Steve Turner specifically, preach it and execute it annually.
And that's why they come into tonight, both teams with 14 non-conference wins. Both teams come in tonight, St. John's 14-0, Gonzaga 14-1. They've combined to go 15-0 versus teams from 8 states outside D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. Wow. This is the real deal. This is why both teams were simultaneously ranked top 10 in the country. Max Preps has St. John's 15, Gonzaga 18 as of tonight. This is the real deal, man.
It's the real deal, and it's the real deal in terms of atmosphere. You have 2 awesome student sections. I know neither one of these schools wants to give their other opponent student section any credit, but it is what high school sports is all about. I mean, you can go back decades in the United States of America and the history of high school basketball in this country, and the spirit lives on in this gym and in gyms around the WCAC. The kids get after it. They're behind their teammates. They're behind their classmates.
Just watch Hoosiers.
It's Hoosiers all over.
And in this gym, in Gallagher Gymnasium, the house that Joe Gallagher built. I know there's Gallaghers out there listening right now if they're not in the stands themselves. I know Mark and Jay are always in the mix, so hopefully you guys are listening. Always great to see you guys anywhere in the basketball community.
D.D. Holmes trying to hook up with Batiste underneath. That probably works 9 times out of 10. It's a little bit too much there. Coming back 4.5 to go in the half. We got a 6-point game. Freeman, you saw that one coming from a mile away, and he gets down low, and he does what he does.
What a catch.
The
ball was done where it was supposed to be for a guy like Donnie Freeman, but, I'm just going to go out and say it. I'm not making that catch.
You can make the throw, though.
Very debatable.
Sable up top for the Eagles. Finds Dixon in the corner, steps back. Good-looking shot, doesn't fall. They're going to I believe they'll get DD from behind again. The problem there is just you play offensive player from the backside, you're going to get that call.
Well, the fact is the guy's a monster. He has put such an impact on this game. He just came full tilt from the right side, grabbed a rebound with 2 hands. But when a 6'6", 250 guy comes with that force, someone goes flying, Stripes are going to make a call.
Mack working on Sable. Freeman in the paint, hangs, gets his own rebound, back up and over, spin around, baby hook, it's all good.
I mean, the best word I can come up with right now is range. He's got range on offense. He's got range on defense. I'm not talking about outside, but also on the inside, being able to catch the ball up high like that. Just unbelievable.
Body's on the ground. Freeman tips his own rebound back in. Going strong to the hole. No good by Didi. Rebound. Totally saved. Not saved is Malik Mack. Ball's flying here now, and we've got a 10-point game, 3 minutes to go in the half.
Things are getting kind of hectic.
A teeny bit of chippiness here, getting started here in the first half. We usually expect that by the third quarter. Dixon. Sable working baseline. Nice pass, deflected. 2 on the shot clock. It's got to go, no good. Ball's going to stay Gonzaga.
Again, Gonzaga's got to work so hard just to get a good look. And even then, they're not even getting real clean looks.
And Coach Pat Behan stealing a few minutes for Donnie Freeman here. He has been running.
Yeah, he's been out the whole time. Dixon, awesome putback by Ryan Sable. You said it earlier, Kevin. You're going to love him. You're right.
Yeah, I told you on the car ride up here, I said, Ken, I think this is going to be your kind of guy, and I know why. He's mine. He's a senior leader in this conference at 6'3" with that wingspan. He's going to ball pressure, and he's going to be a guy you rely on to not make mistakes offensively. What a feed.
And the jam by Timothy Barton.
Uncontested, good pass. Gonzaga's just got to make one more rotation defensively.
Nick Lewis can't get it to fall, but a great rebound there. Back up by Nick Lewis.
He's an unbelievable rebounding guard.
They'll get him for travel.
He has been since even his freshman year.
No doubt.
He has been an unbelievable rebounding guard in this league. That's impressive.
Couldn't agree more. He looks like he can play a little outside linebacker in this conference as well.
Did Brad Ripito just give us like a 4-second buzzer there? Was he honking his horn? Is there traffic in the gym?
He's always been a little heavy-handed, Ken.
He's working on a quick buzzer, by the way. Maybe we get a taste of it here before the night's out. He's working on a real quick one, but that was just, get out of my way. I'm trying to get to the intersection. Freeman, turnaround. Doesn't draw any iron.
Great defense by Baddies. Freeman's coming up, hanging on to his right arm.
Slow to get up is Donnie. Zion Chase with a great defense there. They'll find Freeman down low. Still got enough.
He got a lot better.
Take it easy, too. And they'll take it easy. He's asking for a sub. They'll get Barton off the bench here, and he's hurting.
It's like his side. He might have gotten hit or hit the floor. He's clutching onto that side, maybe a bruise.
And they'll get a quick foul here. The senior Raymond Watts to make sure they get Donnie out of there. Get him checked out. Maybe just a quick rest. Matt Smith, one of the best training staffs in the WCAC. Take a look at him. Jarek Dixon, baseline, inside the three-point line, no good. Rebound. Chase back the other way is Mack. He's working on Dixon. A little touch foul. They'll probably call that on the ground. Pete Newman, the sophomore, number 3. He's been out here for a hot second. We haven't had a chance to call his name out yet, but he's been on the floor.
Oh, what a move. Oh, man.
Raymond Watts attacks the iron.
What a quick move by Raymond Watts on the inbounds play. Just couldn't finish it, and I think that was a late foul, maybe because he thought the foul caused him to lose the ball. Yeah, he did. He got him.
Raymond Watts. The great cut on the inbounds play. St. John's has been hurting Gonzaga a tad bit.
On the inbounds, yeah.
On the baseline inbound.
Strong on the first.
Crucial 49-9 here. 12 points.
Tuomo with the rebound. Sabo back the other way for Gonzaga. Batiste. What a nice looking lefty.
Bully move to the paint.
Yeah.
Spins, uses the touch with the offhand.
Is the Ivy League even in question at
Shot
this point in
clock
time
off.
next year? For the next 4?
I will tell you what, those two guys are going to make an amazing impact for Tommy Amaker. There's no doubt about it.
You're right, T. No shot clock. We got 10 seconds left in the half with a 10-point game. Senior point guard pulls it for 3.
Guys,
Nylon.
you said senior point guard late in the shot clock, right before the half. Count
That's
it.
going to do it. After one half of basketball, you got a 13-point game. The home team Cadets 40. Gonzaga 27. We'll be back for second half action. Second half action on your way. 30 seconds to go to the second half. St. John's with a 13-point lead. We talked about it already. Big players playing big.
There's a lot of big players playing big.
Ashley Gingrich, how are we doing tonight? All right, just making sure we're on the up and up with the assistant AD here.
I was going to thank her for all her athletic directing.
Ken's just so used to people coming up and just talking to him.
I know people
whether he's got a microphone on or not.
People just hear me all of a sudden randomly having conversations with people in the crowd. Well, in the WCAC, it's a family affair. Never so much as a game like this, and you can have a headphones on with a microphone in the middle of mid-sentence, and someone's going to come up to you and they're going to want to give you a big hug. And my last name is Naval, so guess what? I'm hugging them.
Yeah, well, I'll be honest. I was doing some halftime hugging. You know what's pretty cool out here is seeing the purple Be Hand Strong T-shirts as well as the scarlet and gray Be Hand Strong T-shirts. And when you talk about it being a big old family, you know what, Ken? You're right, brother. It's a fact, especially in this atmosphere here tonight.
Going to put 8 minutes on the clock, and we're going to play a third quarter. Team commented it seemed like a fast game, and that's a testament to two things: discipline by the players and referees for not making it about the referees. We always love that.
Well, and also I'm not saying that Gonzaga's playing bad defense so much as St. John's is doing a great job of just moving the ball around and finding the easy bucket. Really, the biggest problem for Gonzaga is they're playing on such a hostile environment right now. They just need to overcome those nerves and do the same thing on their offensive side, right there, like that.
Lewis in the paint, not going to fall for him.
And St. John's big three playing like a big three from a big-time division. And the backcourt, like we talked about, it's lightning.
Davis, Mack, Watts, Freeman underneath.
The half-court sets,
Barton.
The Cadets have been equaling easy buckets at the rim.
It's high percentage. Even when they get a open three look, it's just high percentage stuff.
Batiste, Tuomo, Dixon, Sable, and Lewis on the floor for the Eagles. As Batiste tries to back down Freeman, Sable gets into the paint. Floater, no good. Back the other way from Mack.
Can't say enough how important Mack's presence is on the floor tonight. He was a game-time decision. Been dealing with a lower body injury for the majority of the week.
No good by Davis. Sable back the other way. Ball on the ground is going to be out of bounds right in front of us.
Yes, but help that man up because senior number 15, Timothy Barton, just sold out for the Cadets right there.
Sure did.
Anything he could do to get his hands on that ball.
He's like your utility man. He can dunk it. He can play hard defense. He dives on the floor for balls. He kind of is that guy that does all those little things that brings everything together.
Yes, and with that frame and athleticism, yes, he defends at a very high level.
Lewis driving. Gets in the lane and makes it count.
That's
good defense, better offense.
Yeah, you can't stop it.
42-29, 6.5 to go here in the third. A lot of energy to get the second half started.
Can still remember the smile on Steve Turner's face when we started talking about Nick Lewis last year, and I said, that guy's a freshman? Talk to me, Coach.
Off of Mack's foot, Gonzaga ball.
A rare turnover by the senior.
Gonzaga wants to get out of the third quarter in a single digit if they can't get it to even or better. They don't want to enter the fourth quarter down double digits.
Watts denies the pass. Mack back the other way. And he'll be denied by Tuomo.
Yeah, that's when you can notice that Malik might not be at 100. That's not his typical explosion finishing at the rim. Excellent defense.
Davis. Nick Lewis all by himself for the rebound. Coming back the other way.
For him,
he eats him up.
Dixon for three. No good. Rebound. Tuomo back up and in. That's what Gonzaga needs.
Yeah, they needed a couple more guys to step up, though, for sure. Batiste was doing it. Nick's doing the best. More guys like that to step it up.
Did you just see Derek Dixon's quick release in the corner? I mean, he squared his feet, got himself in the proper position, and that thing was just a flick of the wrist. That guy, he's going to be special in this league.
It's just hard to imagine some of these kids are freshmen and sophomores. I mean, we watched the JV game. We thought that was impressive. Off Raymond Watts, heel.
Raymond
5
Watts
on the
looks
shot
up,
clock.
sees 5.
Free throw line. Swish.
He says, that's all right.
Senior.
I got it.
Senior
My
in
bad.
February.
I'll make up for it.
Get those seniors on the court in February, Coach Strachan.
William Harper with a touch there for the Eagles.
He's coming
Tuhomo,
alive.
the sophomore with a 3. Watts. That ball was deflected, I believe, by Batiste.
That was elevation right
Nick
there.
Lewis attacking Freeman.
Nick Lewis.
And good.
This is what
Back
they
the other way
needed.
quickly. We got an 8-point game, and the ball is moving fast.
This is exactly what Gonzaga needed. They needed to just kind of see some momentum, feel some success, and they're like really try to pour it on. Huge defensive stand here if they can get it.
Nick Lewis has some D. Wade finishing him at the hole. You see him contort his body. He gets himself in a position to finish. He's landing, sprawling out, coming off to the back of the freaking padding against the wall. This guy sells out 5.
Going to get a foul there. It's going to be on Gonzaga. 4:17 to go. 8-point game. Cadets with the inbound. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Watts inside of Freeman. Working on Batiste.
Ooh.
Did they call that on the floor, or did
I
they
think
give him a shooting
that
foul?
was the quickest whistle I've seen, or the
Well, the body up. He
Shots.
definitely, it was a clean block with it, but the body right here he gets him with. He gets into him
Yeah.
a little bit, you
2
know.
shots.
They've let something like that go a little
They've mostly
more
been
than they have
letting
tonight.
it go tonight.
That's
You're
a fact.
right.
And you know what? I prefer that, man.
Coach Turner giving Nick Lewis a quick blowout coming out in this second half.
Anybody
from
needs
our
it, he needs it.
from our vantage point, you know, he's been involved in pretty much everything good Gonzaga's done so far in the second half.
Give him a nice pack, man. Jesus.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Donnie Freeman, look at that stroke he's got. I mean, that guy shoots like Bob McGue, class of '66 here at Gallagher Gymnasium.
Ooh. What's up, Magnolias? Sable to Dixon, calling the offense. Sable. Rebound contested. I believe they're going to stay here. Purple ball.
Ken, the rebound was contested at 11 feet 4 inches.
It sure was.
Was there some type of moon bounce involved in the lane there?
William Harder.
There was 3 dudes whose elbows were above the rim from
Number
point
10.
blank range.
Yeah, William Harder getting way up there and keeping that ball alive. Bouncing Gonzaga's way.
Harper. Dixon.
That was
Nylon.
pretty.
And Harper right away.
That's what he's doing. That's what he was put in the game to do. Just get disruptive, be a menace. He's doing his job right now.
The sophomore active on defense for the Eagles. That's going to be
St.
Gonzaga
John's
ball.
Just losing some composure here. The momentum, you can feel it shifting a little bit.
Well, a 7-point game here in the third quarter. T, you said at the beginning of the half, this is where Gonzaga was hoping to be at this point. Quick shot.
Gonzaga getting a
Batiste for
lot of
3.
offensive rebounds. You can't give these guys, and especially Thomas Batiste, a second opportunity.
Batiste has made that 3-point shot of emphasis over the last 2 or 3 years,
They
and
weren't
he is
getting that.
getting it.
They weren't getting that in the beginning of the first half, Kevin.
Well, the long rebound leads to the step-in 3 from your senior.
Daquan Davis will take a little issue with Thomas Batiste over his back.
Big-time run here in the last few minutes by the Gonzaga Eagles. St. John's going to have to find a way to end it and go on one of their own here. I mean, that's a lot tougher than it looks. Pump fake, dribble, reset, knockdown, 6'7", guy that, like we talked about, 3-level score and has been expending so much energy on D against Donnie Freeman.
I just pulled a hamstring listening to you.
Mack working on Sable. Freeman comes up a little, and Mack's under pressure. D.D. Holmes with the steal. Daquan Davis back the other way for the Cadets. And he gets denied. Tuomo.
Tuomo's got some length.
Oh, D.D. Holmes with a quick catch and shoot.
Mid-range
of the net.
Jay.
Confidence. Coming out of the second half.
I think Harper comes in. He starts just ratcheting up a little bit of pressure. It starts to get in the heads. The Gonzaga students start to get in it. They start to be louder than the St. John students. It starts to trickle into the floor. I mean, the momentum shift there has been just unbelievable in this game. Turner doing everything he can schematically just to turn up the pressure, put pressure on St. John's. They haven't had that kind of pressure up until this point of the game.
Never for 1 second did we not think that this was going to be the case tonight here at Gallagher. Here's the deal, fellas. In the last 15 years, these two teams are 15 and 15 versus each other. I'm just telling you, it doesn't get any closer. This is what real rivalries are made of. This is where Cadets and Eagles come shoulder to shoulder and agree on one thing. This is the best rivalry going in the basketball capital of the United States. It's a nice place to be on a Tuesday, fellas.
It's the only place you should want to be on a Tuesday night.
How about that? 15 and 15 in the last 15 years? Not bad, huh?
That's not bad at all. A testament to what these two programs are all about. 2.5 minutes to go here in the third. We got ourselves a 2-point game. St. John's ball. Freeman. Oh, he doesn't get the bounce in. Gonzaga back the other way. It's Dixon.
And all you diehards that can remember 1 year ago understand both these games last year, home and away, went down to the final possession between these two.
Dixon loses the handle. He's going to draw the foul.
Are they saying it's on the floor here?
First foul of the half here for the Cadets.
On the floor, they did say.
Corner, Dixon. Rebound, Freeman.
When I grow up, I'm going to shoot like Dixon and Freeman, right? How about these guys, man? It's beautiful.
Mack with the handle, working on Ryan Sable. Finds Freeman up top. Daquan Davis. Back to Mack, 13 on the shot. In the paint for Mack. D.D. Holmes.
Now everything's contested. Now Gonzaga's really doing a great job on that end of the floor.
Daquan Davis on the run. And Derek Dixon breaks it up. It's going to stay Cadet ball. I will give the refs some credit here. They're not blowing the whistle as much as we've seen. A lot of contact, but at the end of the day, busy hands are not fouls. And this is 20 of the busiest hands you're going to see in the DMV.
And Daquan Davis is always on the run.
Yeah, he is. Freeman with a floater, left to right.
It's
making it rain.
It's a big bag he's got offensively, and he's reaching into it right now. Anything in the paint where he can get extension and step away, he's shooting over top of the defender. Very hard to defend.
Mack picking up Dixon. Chase down low. Sable with quick release. No good. Rebound, Holmes.
Another
Dixon,
long rebound.
right
loose
away.
ball. Gonzaga's coming out with every single offensive rebound possible right now, including
and there's
that
a
one.
Great one by Ryan Sable, who just saves it into
Four tries at that.
Under a minute to go, 2-point game. Daquan Davis driving. Oh, I'm sorry, that's totally.
First chance to tie the game.
Freeman with the block.
Wow. Ho, ho, ho.
And the putback by Daquan Davis. Shot clock is off as we come into the closing seconds of the third quarter, a 4-point game. What a swing. Donnie Freeman with the block on one end. Daquan Davis with the finish on the other.
Donnie Freeman was ejected into a version of space right there. I've never seen such a length cover that much space. Daquan Davis.
On the floor.
I told you, he is as ferocious as an on-ball defender as there is. He makes a little play here. Oh, that's an excellent job by the help side.
Hey, Sable just loses the handle here.
Yeah.
And guessed wrong, really. I mean,
2.1 seconds to go here in the quarter. Donnie Freeman will come out. Oh, I'm sorry, no, he'll just get some coaching by Coach Behan. Daquan Davis will inbound. Find Donnie for three. No good. 4-point game. Third quarter, you can't say it belonged to Gonzaga, but they made up a heck of a lot of ground after halftime to make this a 4-point game going into the fourth quarter. Nick Lewis early was a story for the Purple Eagles. Defense, the story for the Purple Eagles. Execution underneath, offensive rebounds for the Purple Eagles, Kevin.
And you can say that was Gonzaga's quarter. If this was a boxing match, all three judges are voting that round goes to the Eagles right there. They came out like we knew they would. No one lies down in this rivalry. Third quarter's a third quarter. We're coming into the fourth here. It's a 4-point lead for the Cadets. What do you got, T-Bird?
They're up so much to begin the second half. I just said, look, they just need to get it to single digits. They not only did that, they got it down to 2 with under a minute to go before the fourth quarter. That sets up a great fourth quarter right now. Where's the momentum going to start? Is Gonzaga going to keep it? Where's the pressure going to come from? This is going to be, way down to the wire.
And in this storied rivalry where coaches like Joe Gallagher, Bob Wagner, hope you're doing all right out there, Coach. I hope you're watching as well. Dick Myers, Bill Whitaker, Steve Turner, and Pat Behan. We knew what was going to happen here on a Tuesday, and I'm glad it's unfolding this way. We get to see the best of the best at crunch time.
1 quarter left. One of the most storied high school basketball, any sports rivalries in the country in high school sports. No better energy than the one we got tonight. Coming down the stretch, you got Pat Behan versus Steve Turner. Let's just say, great players on the floor, but in a tight game in the fourth quarter in this conference, we say it every single time we come here. It is coaching. These coaches are as good as it gets at this level, and I think it's a testament to them, and that's what we're about to see, I think, in the fourth quarter. It's going to come down to Pat and Steve. Just the way, what else would you want?
Well, then it's going to be a hell of a fourth quarter then, Marangolo.
You better believe it. Davis fighting underneath. He kept it alive until the last second.
Daquan usually doesn't do his best work in the post, but the last 2 possessions, he's come up with 4 points.
He's so strong.
He really is, and he's quicker than a hiccup.
Batiste working on Freeman, kicks it to Didi, and he's locked up. It's going to stay Gonzaga ball. Donnie got his hands in there. Zion Chase got his hands in there.
It was a good call.
It was right in front of us.
And that's what Donnie Freeman smiled and nodded his head to the official and said,
He knows.
Yeah, it was the right call, sir.
He knows.
Yeah, I appreciate that level of awareness as a player.
Dixon to inbound for the Eagles. Batiste. Good defense here by the Cadets with 5 on the shot clock. As Nick Lewis has got a long way to go. He creates some space for himself. Gets his own rebound. That's what he does. Attacks the rim.
So strong.
He's got to be in double digits in rebounds. It's unbelievable.
So strong.
He's so good on the boards.
And he's quick. Cross court. Sable with the INT controls.
Not a good possession for the Cadets there.
But you don't want to squander the opportunity like that.
Nick Lewis into the Gonzaga student section. 4-point game, 6:47 to go in the game. And Malik Mack will work on Ryan Sable. All the way up.
He is gutting it out right now.
He sure
100%
is.
number 2. We've seen him play for 4 years.
Didi Holmes Huge defense. Sable for 3.
Huge.
Big time basket.
Huge.
Sable needed that. He's been so close all night.
Yeah.
And imagine, he's been off. And if he gets going now, that's just one more guy. All the scoring's been done for Gonzaga without Sable. If he can get hot at this point in the game, that would be huge for Gonzaga.
Quick full timeout there by Coach Turner as he just lets his kids come over in front of that student section, feeling it. A 1-point game for the first time all night long.
Yeah, this is unreal. The cream is rising to the top as we see Donnie Freeman and Nick Lewis battling back and forth. Malik's out here gutting it out. Daquan Davis and Devin Dixon, these guys are all doing stuff right now that we talked about that they could accomplish, and we're getting to see them do it right now at a high level. 28 seconds to go. What are we talking about over here? We're saying, guys, let's get the ball in the seniors' hands. All right? Well, Nick Lewis, he's a sophomore senior. Nick Lewis and Malik Mack are going to be the playmakers here. It's going to get down to shot clock possessions, and each possession is worth gold moving forward here in the fourth. Who comes out here and strikes first? St. John's out of a timeout has scored multiple times tonight.
Yep.
With an offensive set with something drawn up. Let's see what they got.
They've looked good out of timeouts all night long. They've looked good on inbounds plays. You haven't really seen either team really with any emphasis on possession, time of possession. They're happy to run and gun, but we'll see how that changes as we make our way deeper into the fourth quarter in a 1-point game. As Donnie Freeman heads on down. He's got the use of the entire baseline if he wants it. Malik Mack. He's working on Batiste and Sable now. Davis and Mack up top. Watts, the senior, finds Barton. Mack with 10 on the shot for 3. No good. Nick Lewis with the rebound. How many times have we said that tonight? First chance to take a lead for the Eagles. In the fourth quarter, no less. Down low for Nick Lewis. And the Gonzaga Eagles have taken the lead. 1 point with 5.5 to go in this game. Davis with just an absolute.
And says,
that's an NBA style.
Pardon me, Mr. Official, I do believe that was also a foul.
Those last 2 possessions by both teams were high level right there.
He created some space and put it in. Dixon.
That shot is butter.
We got a real back and forth.
You knew it when he let go, because he did. And he let everybody know when he let go that it was going in.
It's so simple. That shot it's perfect.
Donnie Freeman looking to answer for the Cadets. Long. And they're going to get a foul on D.D. Holmes and send Donnie Freeman to the line.
Wow.
Illegal use of the hands on the defense. Sorry.
Yeah, he got his elbow.
I don't know.
I couldn't even hear the whistle.
You know what optics do.
Donnie with the first one. And I think this is our first tie since 0-0.
First tie since 0-0 and 3 lead changes now.
And we got another lead change as Freeman makes them both. Under 5 to go in the game.
I don't know about you guys, but I got nowhere to be on a Tuesday.
Everything you wanted. Batiste gets it down low to Didi.
Now the referees are starting to use the whistles a little bit.
That's the last 2 calls were 2 that, well, maybe haven't been called so much as even.
Dixon to Sable. He gets up. Dixon with the rebound. Holmes for 3. Off the glass. Davis with the rebound. I'm sorry, that's totally.
Yep.
Mack the other way. Freeman for 3. And nothing but net.
He was calling for that for a few dribbles out of Malik.
Yeah, he was.
It allowed him to get out to the 3-point line and catch and release.
Mack with the quick hands. Out of bounds. Gonzaga ball, 21 on the shot clock. 4-point game, just over 4 to play. Nick Lewis working on Davis. That's a battle.
Crafty little head bob by Daquan, trying to get the call off his teammate.
7 on the shot clock. Dixon a long way from the basket. He's working on Mack. Gets inside. Draws iron, but no good. Totally, he will step on the line, and it'll be Gonzaga ball with a fresh set. And that's a player we've watched grow up right in front of our eyes. The freshman, Devin Totley. He hasn't really acted like a freshman much of the season, but I'll tell you what, he's a different player today than he was 3.5 months ago.
He certainly is not built like a freshman.
No. He looks like he could play running back for the Cadets if they wanted to suit him up.
That's 2 off-the-ball calls right now by the referees. They're really paying attention to some of this banging that's going on inside.
You're saying the officiating game plan was to lay low until 5 minutes to go in the fourth, and then show our...
Not my choice.
All right.
Dixon. Corner for Batiste. Front of the iron, no good. Davis back the other way.
You know what Daquan's been doing all night? All the little things. Finishing at the rim, steals, on-ball pressure, rebounds.
This is a game I want to see again in the WCAC tournament, boys. And I think we will. Downloaded Donnie Freeman on Nick Lewis. Tough matchup downstairs.
Smart play. Smart play by Nick Lewis not to foul. Excellent job by Donnie Freeman to seal off number 5 and call for it. That's
But you can't leave a guy like that wide open underneath.
6-point spread here. 15 on the shot clock. Nick Lewis working on Davis. And it's going to be off of his shin. St. John's ball.
Daquan Davis at some point is going to frustrate you at some level. He's so quick.
Timeout on the floor. We're going to take this opportunity to say thank you to the folks here at St. John's for having us. To both school communities, for that matter, for giving us one of the most amazing high school sports atmospheres year in and year out. Special thanks to Jeff Mencabelli, Dennis Hart, Ashley Gingrich, and all the staff here for making this an amazing environment for everybody. And for Pat Bean, our brother, punch back for Pat. Use that QR code. Please, 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 please be a part of the solution. Every single cent goes to support the health care of our friend and raise awareness for ALS, which is a disease that has touched just about every family in this community. And if it hasn't before now, it has officially touched us, because we are standing and walking with our man. And please be a part of the fight. Be a part of the fight for an amazing cause and for our friend.
As a St. John's Cadet basketball alum, I couldn't be more proud of the leadership that we have on the basketball court at this school. What he's done and the bravery and the way the community has responded. It's been tremendous. It's an honor and a privilege just to be in the gym
and
with the guys setting that example.
Coach Turner wearing the purple and white B-hand strong. That's what else do you want to know about whose team we're on?
I love it. It's really special, man.
Freeman with the inbounds. Cadets up 6 with 3 to go here in the game. Mack working on Sable. He picked up the double team and got rid of it quickly. Totally up top. Mack on Sable.
What a feed.
Freeman downstairs.
Ahead of every stoppage, St. John's has just got the deck stacked.
Ryan Sable with a nice handle. Draws a foul. Foul situation is this. St. John's 4 team fouls. That's their 4th. Gonzaga 5 team fouls. You get a sense, hopefully, that's kind of what maybe a couple of those whistles were for. Maybe to even it out here down the stretch. 2.5 to go. D.D. Holmes downstairs to Batiste. He's working on Freeman. Spin around, turn. Soft touch, no good. Freeman with the rebound. Mack the other way.
Freeman showing his defensive acumen. And DD showing his offensive arsenal with that pass inside. He's going to be a football
that was
player,
big
but
time one-on-one right there.
yeah, he's going to be a top pick in summer pickup games.
Oh, Mack finds himself free on the
Malik,
baseline.
the crafty left-handed senior veteran.
Dixon for 3. Off the front of the rim. Rebound and up and in by D.D. Holmes. Quick timeout by Coach Turner.
How many times has D.D. Holmes' name been said?
Yeah, he's been there all night long. Been a huge contributor for Gonzaga. That would have been a big bucket for Gonzaga if they could have gotten it. You just feel maybe a little.
What a cut by Freeman.
You feel a little bit of urgency maybe on Gonzaga's side, maybe rushing their shots a little bit. They didn't really focus on it. They feel that pressure, right, of being down right now. It's either go or no go right now.
And part of that is, aside from a brief little spell, they've been down all night. They've been up against it all night, and they've been playing loose and free from behind, but with 2 minutes to go, you're right.
8-point game with 1 minute and 59 seconds to go.
Look at that shot right there.
Oh.
Out of bounds, official got it, we got it. Yeah, I do believe, and you guys heard me talk, that Donnie Freeman has a chance to play at the highest of levels.
He's a junior.
I've just watched him improve. Look at that. Look at his feet are so square. That catch and shoot right there it's just a flick of the wrist.
Freeman into Mack, who's going to work on Ryan Sable all the way up and down the court. Davis to Totley. Mack out of the double, finds Donnie Freeman down low.
They're so patient. They're so good on offense tonight.
They play so well together.
Yeah.
Ryan Sable for 3. No good.
You just see the difference in how easy the shots are on one end and how difficult they are on the other.
Sable was
It's
feeling
been a
it.
story the whole night.
Sable was feeling it. The last 3 off transition, he knocked down. He was looking forward to shooting another one, but like you said, maybe a tad too bit early in the possession.
Little heat check
Even
there.
though there's why not?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
He's earned it. That senior, you've seen his on-ball pressure.
Yep. Davis. Corner to Totley. He drives. It's inside. Nice footwork. Back the other way. Here comes Dixon. Nice pass.
What a pass.
And Tuomo finishing strong.
2-possession game. 1 minute left. That should be 60, should it not? Or is it 58?
That was 58.
Okay.
Yep.
It's a 3-possession game.
But it was an excellent feed.
And doable. Definitely doable with 1 minute and 7 seconds left.
Oh, without a doubt.
They need a big stop here, though. You can't be giving up anything that close or that high percentage.
And
at this stage, you got to keep it in front of you, make them work for it.
And that's what you're weighing here. You're going to extend ball pressure, and you're going to have a senior backcourt while Malik Mack and Daquan Davis play like veterans together. There's going to be guys open. They're going to find them, but that's the risk reward you got to take. Down 8 with 1 minute 7 to go.
Extending the pressure, cleaning the boards. We got an awesome last minute to go here in the oldest private school rivalry. Catholic school, private school. It's over. Guess what? It's over 100 years.
It's the oldest rivalry. Just go with it.
It's almost
Embrace
rivalry.
it, Ken.
Period. It's the oldest rivalry.
Let's stop stammering around.
I don't even know why I'm stammering
It's the
around.
GOAT. It's the GOAT rivalry. I promise.
I'm gonna take your word for this.
Just
Mack doubled up. Daquan Freeman.
ball movement.
Totally.
Yeah, you can't leave that open.
It's this is a team who has been playing like this all season, guys.
Harbor for 3. Rebound totally. Up to Daquan. Under a minute to go. Davis pushing.
Donnie Freeman
And bring it
wanted
back.
to bring the house down right there. And he was
did.
calling for it. And Daquan said, "Sir, let's get 20 seconds off the clock first."
He's still calling for it. And it's going to be intercepted. Coming back the other way.
Great foul. I mean, that's just very smart.
Under 30 to go. 10-point game.
No, that was the last thing they could have let. It's just an easy layup at the other end.
The guts of Malik Mack.
Dixon for three. No good. Rebound totally. They're going to get him for a travel. It's a tough call.
How special were Daquan Davis and Donnie Freeman tonight? We talked about Malik Mack. We'll talk about it more. That's what you expect out of your senior leader.
That's right.
He was not 100. Those other two?
Dixon for three. Freeman with the rebound. And that should do it when they'll get Batiste with the foul on the ground.
I'd almost bet that Gonzaga's shooting percentage tonight, probably one of the worst of the year. The ball just wasn't going for them. That's what happens when you come into an environment like this at another place. Sometimes the ball is just not going to really fall for you.
Especially with the defense that St. John's puts on you. You saw Donnie Freeman out there. We understand Daquan Davis is on ball pressure. And Malik Mack, we know what a worry he is on the defensive end. Huge victory for the Cadets.
Totally in the backcourt. He does have to cross the timeline to close this one out, and he does. And that should do it. If the ball will end in Daquan Davis's hands, that's the buzzer. And in a regular season matchup between two of the best teams in high school basketball in the United States of America, St. John's and Gonzaga gave us a thriller. It was a 10-point margin of victory, but everyone leaves here a winner for having gotten a chance to be a part of it. And we certainly were honored to be a part of it. We will be back on the air on Friday night. Bishop McNamara takes on Archbishop Carroll in Forestville, Maryland. We'll be back on the air again a couple more times before the tournament. Do not miss out on the greatest high school basketball tournament in the nation. First Amendment Sports will be bringing it to you live from American University. From St. John's College High School, he's Tim Strachan.
I appreciate everybody. Looking forward to the next time we can all get together.
He's Kevin Ricca.
GOAT rivalry. They're going to run it back here in a couple weeks, and we're hopefully going to get a chance to see them play again. Can't wait.
I'm Ken Marangolo on behalf of First Amendment Sports. Thank you so much for joining us. Isn't the WCAC spectacular?